trading training, right? A trading basics training, because a lot of you guys are going to make a whole lot of money trading. I'm telling you from now, like, and you have to expect that. You have to expect it's going to be you. Okay. You know, we have so many people making so much money in the market. And you just got to expect that you're going to be one of them as well, right? Because what you focus on expands. If you think you're coming into the markets to lose money, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose money, right? But if you come here to be able to earn and multiply the money that you're making, you know, what your expectation is, you know, usually equates to what you manifest in your life. So welcome to the call, guys. I'm super excited that you guys are all plugging in. Tonight's going to be an amazing call. It's going to be some trading basics, because I know so many of you are brand new. You know, we did an introduction to the Academy, how to access the platform last night. Earlier today, we had an orientation, you know, showing people, you know, the apps to download on their phone, as well as how to go to and free, like how to actually share the information so that you don't have to worry about your monthly tuition if that's something that's an issue for you. And tonight we just want to dive into some trading basics that's going to kind of, you know, just get your juices flowing for the Academy, so that you can start to learn and earn here, you know, in the markets. Before we dive into that, guys, I believe that one thing you're going to learn through this process is that business, entrepreneurship, and trading, it's all mental. It's 90% mindset, 10% skill. Okay? Like, that's something that might be something you might want to write down. Like, trading is 90% mindset, 10% skill set. And businesses as well. And it's about a shift, you know, shifting from an employee mentality to more of an entrepreneur mentality. Now, nothing's wrong with a job, guys. We all have them, right? Don't trip. But it requires a different mentality when you're moving into, you know, trading, when you're moving into entrepreneurship, because as an employee, we've already been kind of programmed and we're accustomed to go into work, we work these hours, we get this check at the end of the week, right? Entrepreneurship don't work like that. You might work these hours this week and you may not see a check for a month. You may not make any money for 30 days, 2 months, 3 months, who knows? But you got to understand that that's okay, right? You got to give yourself the time to succeed and understand that this is a different process. This is a different journey. But the good side, the flip side to that, guys, is that in your job, you work the hours, you get paid, right? If you work some extra hours, they might pay you overtime. If your salary, you might not get overtime. But usually what happens at a job is that when you first get the job, even if you're not good at your responsibilities, they're going to pay you what you agreed to. So at the start, you're overpaid for, you know, not really the skill set that you've accumulated yet. Over time, what happens in a job? They give you all these extra tasks. They got you doing 3 people's job and they paying you the same check, right? So at a job, what ends up happening is that you start to be underpaid and overworked. In entrepreneurship, it's the exact opposite. Entrepreneurship, at the start, you may be doing a lot of work and then you're not making any money. You're underpaid at the beginning. But then when you stick around and have the patience to see yourself succeed, you're overpaid for the rest of your life. Okay, so I want you to kind of have that mindset of why I want y'all to have patience, man. Patience is required in this process. You're not going to learn it in a week. You're not going to get it in 2 days, right? This is a multi-million-dollar skill set. If you could get it in 1 day, everyone would be rich. Now, everyone can get it. But the key is most people give up before they actually succeed. Okay? So I want you to just have that expectation, because I like to set expectations for you to win and not to fail. I'm not the type of person who tells you, hey, you could come in 5 days, you're going to be a millionaire. And then when it doesn't happen, you're upset. Right? I'm a person, I under promise and over deliver. You know, and I've been able to do a good job of that. So I like to set the expectation that it's going to require some effort. It's going to require some patience. But you're in a place where you've got all the tools, all the resources, all the support to really win. All right. But before we dive into the trading, I hope you guys don't mind spending 3 minutes. I'm going to share a video here that I think that every time I watch it, man, it does something for me. And I think it's going to do the same thing for you guys. And why I want to share it before we dive into the information is because you've got to have a reason why you really want to learn this skill. That's the only way you're really going to stick around to learn it. Because if you don't have a reason why you're doing it, when you don't get it in a week, you're going to be like, man, bump this. I ain't doing this no more. Because your reason why wasn't strong enough. See, if your reason why you need to learn how to trade or build this business is because maybe right now you have absolutely no income and you need this to work. That could be one thing. That's a reason why, right? Some of y'all on here may have children or parents that you ready to retire. You know, that's the reason why. So I want you to watch this video, and as you go through this, man, I want you to think about your reasons why you really need to learn this skill and you need to build this business. It's because if you do it and you stick around long enough, y'all, your results, man, some of y'all gonna blow y'all own mind, because what's happening right now in my life, I'm a testimony that I started just like y'all, knowing absolutely nothing, being brand new, but I was coachable, teachable, and I had a reason why I had to make this work. And I was willing to stick around and be patient enough for my success to show up. And it's starting now, and it's just starting. So if I can do it, y'all, you can do it, all right? So let me go ahead and share my screen and share this video with y'all. And someone drop in the chat and let me know if you guys can see my screen, okay? Y'all can see like a YouTube channel, right? I think y'all there. I think I gotta make y'all where y'all could unmute yourself. Okay, cool. And someone let me know if you can hear it as well once we start. Can y'all hear?
Legacy. There's power in your name. Power in your name. McDonald's is a last name. Abercrombie and Fitch, last names. Armani is a last name. Baskin Robbins is a last name. Chrysler is a last name. Fisher Price, Gucci, Hennessy, Harley Davidson, Hilton, Honda, Kohl's, Kraft Foods, Lowe's Movie Theater, Marriott is a last name. Maybach is a last name. Nordstrom is a last name. Pillsbury is a last name. Porsche is a last name. Procter & Gamble, 2 last names. Rolls Royce, Charles Rolls, Henry Royce, last names. Turner Broadcast System, Ted Turner, last name. Versace, last name. Wells Fargo, Henry Wells, William Fargo, last name. Walgreens, last name. Wrigley's, last name. Welch's Grape Juice, last name. Here you are, you think you're buying a product. You are not buying a product, you're buying a name. You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you're making every family rich, you're making yourself broke. So you done went to one family called Wells Fargo and got $200,000 so you can go to another family called Rolls Royce so you can give them money to get yourself a car so you can go back to the hood and see the Joneses and say, look at what I got. Meanwhile, Wells Fargo, their family's sitting up being rich, and Harley Davidsons and Rolls Royce are being rich, and the Joneses are sitting there holding up people's stuff saying, look at what we did and we broke. What if I told you that your blessing is attached to your name? That part of the reason why you're not wealthy yet is because you keep trying to make Yolanda wealthy. You keep trying to make Tasha wealthy. What if you made Johnson's wealthy? What if you started thinking about your kids? What if you started thinking about your legacy? What if God started dropping Canaan and opening up windows of heaven? Because now you're not just thinking about you, you're thinking kingdom. There are some people who are attached to you who say, Mama, can you do something with this name? There's some people who are saying that, can you do something with this name? Maybe God gave you the name to change and reverse some of the stuff that the name meant one day. I wish there was somebody in this room that said my name might mean one thing right now, but I promise after today, this name get ready to change. I promise after today, everybody's gonna want my last name. I'm here to let you know, you are a curse breaker. You're thinking kingdom. You are not just getting married, you're breaking a curse. You are not just graduating from college, you're breaking a curse. You are not just getting out of high school, you're breaking a curse. You are not just saved, you're breaking a curse. And everybody around you is about to be blessed because of what God's getting ready to do in your life. I don't know what my name meant before I got here, but I know it's going to mean before I leave. You got a legacy. Power in your name.
Guys, if you didn't just feel that just now, I don't know, y'all must be sleeping, but if you just felt something in that video just now, drop some sevens, drop some flames, something in the chat, man. Like, because every time I watch that video, I get pumped up, I get emotional. I'm like, yo, I got to do it for my last name, because like he said, every product that we buy is some family. We're investing into other people's families, man, and now it's time for us to invest into our own. You know, you got to do it for your last name. You know, especially, you know, my fellas on the line, my ladies on the line, you gotta do it for your name, man. So I really wanted to share that video just for you to put you in the mind frame that what we're about to share, this journey you're embarking on, as far as, you know, learning the skill set, building this business, it might not always be easy, y'all, but it's gonna be worth it. But you have to know why you're doing it, for you to go through the challenges, get beat up a little bit, fall down a couple times. But that's the only thing that's going to allow you to get back up. It can't just be for the money. It's not, because you can go to work and make money. Like, it's not the money. It has to be deeper. Like he says, it's about legacy. It's about, you know, being a curse breaker. It's about kingdom work. People always talk to me, and or when they see me on the presentation, they see me on these trainings, they're like, Sophie, you always so into it. And I'm like, listen, I am doing a work right here. This ain't about me. The money's going to come as a direct correlation to the impact that I'm going to make in the world. And I've already made a decision that I'm going to make an impact, and it's going to start from where I'm from, in the Bahamas. You know, and I need y'all to really embrace that. Like, let that get in your mind that what we're doing is so much bigger than money. That's a small part of it. It's about the impact. It's about the lives we're going to change through this skill set. So that's why you cannot give up, y'all. I'm telling you now, every day you ain't going to feel like trading. I'm telling you now, some days you're going to lose some money and you're going to be upset. But guess what? If you know why you're doing it, it's going to be okay. You're going to brush it off and bounce right back. All right? So if y'all ready now to get some sauce and really start to, you know, get some foundation and get some basics, guys, you know, on this skill set, I want y'all to drop some 7s in the chat, all right? Tonight, guys, you know, I've got the honor and the privilege of actually sharing the call tonight with one of our teammates, one of our platinum leaders. She's from, you know, she's island massive too, you know, from Jamaica, but she hails and lives now in Brooklyn, New York. You know, this young lady, man, she started in January. I'm in the academy just a couple of months ago. You know, she had absolutely no background. When we talked before she got started, she said, man, I'm gonna learn this. Like, I need this. You know, and she said it with such a conviction that I knew she was gonna get it. And she was one of those people who hit me up all the time. Like, Sophie, like I gotta, and then she's like, we would hop on private Zooms and, you know, we would do Q&A. And then she got to a point where I didn't hear from her anymore in that regard, but I saw her plugged into the academy. She was on the session. She found an educator she loved, and she was hooked on Mr. Ornwright, right? She was on every session, after session. And then as we spoke, I could hear she was getting more confident and more competent in the skill set. And now she's a person who had, you know, 4-figure days, multiple times. You know, and she started just like us as a beginner. So I want to, you know, I want to really give it up to this young lady, ma'am, Miss Debra Chambers. She's going to be, you know, leading the call tonight, really showing you the basics, okay? Now, remember, our team trainings, this is just additional into what you need to be doing in the academy. The academy is the meat and potatoes. We just the gravy. We're just the sauce, okay? So you want to make sure that after this call, like, you ain't learned nothing yet. This is just to kind of get you even curious to go in the academy, get on the sessions, and continue to learn this skill, okay? But I'm going to step out of the way, guys, and pass it on to one of our leaders. And I want you to, as you go through this information and see how confident she is in the information, know that 8 months ago, she knew absolutely nothing. You know, and now she's here being able to lead a training. So I'm going to step out of the way and go ahead and find Debra. Are you on the line? Let me find you. Let me give you the ability to unmute. Okay, I'm going to make you host so that you can share screen and do your thing. So, Debra, are you on the line?
Hey, Soph, what's going on?
Let me spotlight your video, sis. What's good? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for, you know, saying yes to conduct this call, and, you know, good vibes, good energy. And, you know, just come and, you know, feed the people.
Feed the masses, right. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you even more now than in the beginning. And I think I told you that straight up. So just appreciate you for your leadership, what you do for this team, your vision, your belief. It's just out of this world. And these days when I watch you, I try to just take a little bit something away. Because as you know, when I joined this opportunity, I was like, I'm just trying to trade. but just watching what you've accomplished, like Kev would say, jeez. So shout out to you. Big ups on your accomplishment. Amazing, amazing stuff going down. And I just appreciate you on behalf of the entire team. So much love and much respect to you, sir. With that being said, guys, tonight we're gonna dive into some very simple, we're gonna keep it super basic, just as far as learning a bit of the terminology. First things first, everybody on this call should have a pen, a pencil, a notepad. If you don't, I honestly, you're not ready. You're not ready. Every single call, you should always have your notepad and your pen ready to go. Like Soph always says, note takers are money makers, but you don't want to just take notes. You want to also apply that, all right? So I'm gonna dive right into it. Like Soph said, a little bit about my background. I started back in January, and my focus was I'm gonna learn how to trade. I feel like it can definitely, and it has been giving me the freedom that I've been searching for, just to be able to make money anywhere, whether you at the airport, whether you at the barbershop, whether you out shopping, just anywhere. You have the ability to go on your phone and execute a trade and just make money. It's just that simple. I know a lot of you are new, so I want to say congratulations and welcome to I Am Mastery Academy. The day you join, don't ever forget that date, because that's the day you officially decided to change your life. As long as you keep plugged in, as long as you keep moving forward, 6 months could look real different from now. A year could look real different from now. 18 months, even 3 months could look real different from now. So congratulations for saying yes. We are the best at what we do, hands down. I say that without any stutter at all. We are the best at what we do. So congratulations for being here and being a part of this academy. All right, let's dive right into it. If you're gonna, I'm gonna just put this teaser out there. If you're gonna ask the questions, I'm gonna ask to see your notes. As Sophie says, my coach, who I follow, Orrin Wright, you can't ask a question if you don't have notes. So if you got a question, I want to see them notes tonight. All right, tonight we're just gonna have a conversation. Just be thorough, make sure everybody's on the same page, so we could just get through this and, you know, just kind of just dive in and get some information. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Let's see what I got up here. Go ahead and share. Oops, I almost hit the wrong button. All right, can everyone see my screen right now?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so everyone here tonight is fairly new, at least the majority, fairly new. I'm just gonna share with you what I did when I got started. I stayed plugged in. Like literally, I did not miss a session when Orrin Wright was on. Even in the beginning, when I didn't know what he was talking about, I didn't know what was a head and shoulder. I didn't know anything. My background is not anything close to this at all. So I just stayed plugged in. I found an educator. Someone recommended him to me, Chairman Kevin Howell. And I just stayed plugged in from day one. And every time I talk to Kev, he'll just let me know, you'll get it. You already got it. And I just stayed plugged in. I mean, every single session, I just stayed plugged in. So if you really want to learn, you'll stay plugged in. You'll find a time. A lot of people like to say they don't have time. You'll make the time. You make time for everything else, you make the time. That's just how I look at it. So tonight we're gonna keep it really simple, like I said before, and just go over some of the key factors as I go through these slides. If you have questions, you can unmute yourself and ask, hopefully not all at once. I won't be checking the chats, so we're just gonna have to be vocal tonight, all right? So what tonight's training is all about is just to introduce you to some of the basics so you can have a better understanding of how we generate profits from the foreign exchange market. Has some new people ask me, like, they don't understand how you make money. This is exactly how we make money. I'm gonna show you everything, how to execute a trade, what is a pip, what is a lot size, all of that good stuff. And just to reiterate what Sophia said, you paid the Academy. It's a learning platform. We have I'm not a master educator. The goal is to get there, right? And I'm speaking it every day. I am. Tonight, I am not a master educator. So you are paying for the access to master educators to teach you this skill set. That's what the platform is for. So like I said, utilize the platform, the go lives, look through the videos, make sure you should be going through the 100 series. You should be watching at least 1 to 2 videos every single day and taking notes, all right? Sophia's job is not to teach you how to trade. It is not my job to teach you how to trade. That's what the Academy is for. Like Sophia says, we just the gravy, right? I Am Master Academy is a 5-course meal. We just a little sauce on the side. That's it. All right. So make sure you are plugged in and taking full advantage of what you are paying for. That's it. That's all you got to do. Stay plugged in. Take advantage of what you're paying for. So understanding lot sizes and pips, right? A pip is simply the change in price of a currency pair. So I like to say, to think about it like this, just like the time ticks, right? Every second, that's the price change. Every time the price moves, that's a pip. I mean, you also have like a pipit, but honestly, no one really pays attention to the pipit because that's just a minuscule, like super small fraction of the entire scheme. So we're not going to spend time talking about pippets. We're just going to focus on the pip. So the pip, again, is a change in price of a currency pair, right? So if you can see this, the screen right here, it's USD Chef. It has 0.9346 and then 0.9348. That's a 2 pip difference. That's all it is just the change in the price of a currency pair, right? The lot size is what determines how much money you gain or lose with every change in the currency price, right? If you look right here in the center, and we're gonna go through these slides, but just if you look right here, you see 1.00, that up right across the board is where you have your lot sizes. And we'll show you how lot sizes really work. But again, the pip is the change in price of a currency pair. The lot size is what determines how much money you gain or lose with every single change in the currency price once you're in a trade. So it actually goes into what I just said. So if you look at the screen, you can see USD Chef, right? The 46 is the focal point. You're looking at these 2 last digits here, right? 4 places from the decimal point. So let's say if you're in a buy for 10 pips and you want to add 10, if you're in a buy for 10 pips, you just want to take profit, you want 10 pips for take profit, right? All you got to do is add 10 to the 46. That means now when you exit the trade, if you had 10 to 46, now your number changed to 0.9356. If you're gonna sell, you're gonna minus that 10 and so forth and so on. Does that make sense so far? I'm trying to keep this as very basic as possible. Does that make sense to everyone? No one's on the line?
That was my bad, D. I had it set where they couldn't unmute themselves.
Oh, you had it.
My bad. Okay, okay. Y'all can unmute yourselves now, guys. Sorry.
All right, appreciate it, so.
Yes, that is simple and straightforward. Thank you.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, as I'm just gonna go through a couple of slides at a time, and then, you know, just make sure that everybody is following. So here's another example, right? Euro USD. This is the euro dollar versus the US dollar, right? So if your entry, right, is 1.1606, entry, you're looking at 20 pips. Looking at 20 pips as your take profit. I want everybody to just take a look at that, and I want somebody to tell me what would be the take profit on a buy and the take profit for a sell. We're just gonna look at the Euro USD. It's the first one. Just take a look at it for a split second, right? Remember, 20 pips. The last two numbers is your focal point.
82.
I'm sorry, say that again.
16082, because you add in 20.
No, it should be
No, look at
1626. If it's
On
a buy.
26.
It's a buy. 1626. If it's a buy.
Add 26.
all right, wait, you know what? Okay. I want you all to, Chi, you on the line? Oh, she might have gotten off. She might be on Orange call. All right.
Yep.
I was gonna ask her to just monitor ask everybody to raise their hand. I think somebody says it. The Euro USD, if it's 20 pips take profit.
I'm here, D, if you need me.
Who's that, Ian?
Yeah.
Oh, appreciate that. I don't know if Sophia's still on a call, but just so everyone doesn't talk at the same time, I was gonna have people raise their hands. But okay, I just moved to the other side. So whomever said 1.1626, that's correct. Again, the last two digits, right? The fourth digit from the decimal point is what you're focused on. So anytime you're looking for a take profit, you want to add however much pip you're going for, whether it's 10, 20, 30, you're going to add that amount to the last four digits. The last two of the four digits after the decimal point. And then if you're going for a sell, you want to subtract. Everybody follow? It's all right if you don't follow. It's okay.
Yes,
This
yes.
is all new information. So like I said, I'm going to go through this real slowly. Everybody get that?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So again, just remember, anytime you're going for a buy, you're looking for the market to go up, right? So you're going to add. Anytime you're looking for a sell, you're looking for the market to go down, so you're going to subtract. It basically comes, for once, the math they taught us in school applies. Because all that other stuff they taught us didn't really apply unless you're in a specific field. All right. So now going through, let's talk about lot sizes. Here, I'm just going to leave this on the screen so you can see what the lot sizes equivalent to. So there are 3 different lot sizes. Guys, make sure you are taking notes. Take a screenshot if you have to. So there are 3 different lot sizes. You have the micro. It ranges from 0.01 to 0.09. Then you have the mini, which is 0.10 to 0.99. Then you have the standard lot size, which is 1.00 and up. Now, if you look to, which will be probably the left of your screen, the right of my screen, it kind of breaks it down what the lot sizes equate to in currency. So 0.01 lot size is, that's 10 cents a pip, right? 0.05, 50 cents a pip. 0.1 dollar a pip. 0.80, $8 a pip. 1.0, $10 a pip. 5.0, $50 a pip. Understand something, the bigger the lot size, the more money you're gonna make. But also, the bigger the lot size is, the greater the risk. So you'll hear all these educators talk about, make sure you use the proper risk management at all times. You always want to make sure, depending on what's in your account, you're using the proper lot size. Do not over leverage. There's no need to over leverage. This market is open 24 hours, 5 days a week, 7 days a week if you trade cryptocurrencies. So there's never any need to over leverage, because you have the potential to make money 24 hours, 5 days a week. That's a whole lot of time. So you don't all have to get it in one trade. You don't all have to get it in one trade. Does the lot size make sense to everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right. So we're gonna do a little practice. I'm gonna do a little practice. I need one person to tell me what 0.23 would equate to in dollar amount.
$0.30.
30 cents? Everybody?
$2.30.
Somebody says $2. I hear 30 cents. I hear $2.30. Anybody else?
30 cents.
230.
2.30. Is that Jamie?
That is indeed.
I know that voice anywhere. All right. So, okay, we got 2.30. We got 30 cents. All right. How about 0.71? What does that equate to?
$8.71.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
$8.71.
0.71. Anybody else?
$7.10. Yeah.
Okay.
$7.10.
All right. How about the 200.00? What does that equate to?
$2,000.
All right, we catching on. We catching on. Everybody see that? So an easy way to kind of understand it or calculate it is to move the decimal point. Exactly. Depending on where you grow up, some people say multiply by 10 or move the decimal point, or however, you know, whatever which way you learned it, or, you know, it'll stick. But I want everybody to just make sure you take a screenshot of this. So for me, same thing. Whether you move the decimal point or you multiply it by 10, it'll equate to the same thing. Move the decimal point 1 point over. Multiply by 10, you'll get it. But the more you see this, the more it's gonna click. That's why you gotta stay plugged in. This is how I learned. I stay plugged in. So when I kept saying this, I kept seeing the same thing over and over again. It was like, oh, okay, all right, I know what that is. Okay, I know what to do. Okay, there it is. Then I could always refer back to my notes, right? So the important thing, always stay plugged in. Always stay plugged in. Always make sure you're taking notes. Always refer back to your notes and understand because again, it's important for you to understand what these lot sizes mean. Very, very important. Because again, you don't want to over leverage. You don't want to put something in thinking it's one thing, and then when you look, it's actually something else. That will blow your account real quick. And that's not what you want to happen. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to the lot sizes and using the proper lot size based on the trade that you're entering and the balance of your account. By the way, does everyone have a copy of the compound sheet?
Nah, they're new. They haven't got there yet.
Hold on, let me. Oh, that was so, okay, so they haven't gotten that yet, right?
Nah, not yet.
Okay, all right, no worries, no worries. At some point, we'll share that. It's just good to have even for in practice, but you're right, everybody's brand new, so all right, cool. At some point, we'll share that and you guys can use that as a guide. Please, please, as you get familiar with what it means and what you're doing, stick to it. Like Sophia says, like, you're gonna win plenty of trades. You're gonna win plenty of trades, but you're also gonna lose a handful. Don't go crazy when you lose a handful, because no trade is guaranteed 100%. I'm in a trade right now with German 30 and I'm like, okay, great. I'm low-key, I'm in German 30 and US 30, low-key, like looking at my phone to the side. But it happens, right? You're not gonna win every single trade, guys. No, if anyone tells you that, I'm gonna tell you right now, they lie. Like that's just not what's gonna happen. So this is why proper risk management is super, super important. All right. Like I was talking about, here is a general overview. And like I said, as we go forward, as you get more comfortable, we'll share the entire compound plan with you guys. But here's what your lot size should generally look like depending on how much is in your account. Now, most of us, when we're brand new, except for Mr. Standard, I'm just messing with Ian. But most of us, when we're brand new, we typically start our account with like $50, $100, right? Maybe sometimes $150 to $300. So you want to like make sure you stay within this bracket. If that's what your account size is, when you do decide to trade, especially live trading, make sure, please take a screenshot of this so you understand, depending on how much is in your account, what your lot size should be. All right. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Now, you guys are brand new, but I was gonna skip over this, but I'm not, because I want you to get all the information. You guys are brand new. You don't want to start trading indices just yet. They are not like regular pairs. What I mean when I say regular pairs, like the Euro USD, GBP USD, NZD JPY, and you'll get familiar with these currency pairs, right? The Great British Pound GBP, that's what that is, versus USD, the US dollar. Euro USD, Euro JBP, JPY, that's the Euro versus the yen, Japanese yen. You'll get familiar with all these terminologies. For right now, just leave indices out of the conversation entirely. They are very volatile. They are very volatile. This is not for newcomers. This is not for beginners. This is not, you're not ready for this stage yet, right? When I started, there's no way I was ready for indices. They're a whole other ball game, right? So the XPX is the least volatile of all the indices. So with that one, if you do have like $100, you might be able to play around, 200, play around, but just stop there. Like I said before, they are volatile, which is why they're exciting to trade as you learn more, right? Because you're gonna make a lot more money with indices. That's just what it is. But for right now, if you see, and I don't think any one of the educators will ever put out a trade for an indices, because they understand we have a lot of new people. They don't want people blowing their account, not understanding the validity of just how they operate. So for right now, do not focus on indices is my best advice to you guys. Do not focus on indices. But I just want you guys to see this and understand what the lot sizes look for indices compared to regular pairs, right? Much, much different. I'm not gonna dive deep into the buy stop, the sell stop, the buy limit, the sell limit. I think I wanna leave that for another time, because this part, it's, you really have to start getting on the charts to understand. So I'm actually gonna skip over this. I'm really gonna skip over this part. I'm gonna skip over that. We'll do another training in a couple of weeks from now to kind of get everyone up to speed on the buy stop, the buy limit, the sell stop, all of that good stuff, right? I want to talk about how to enter a trade. So anytime, there's only 5 ways to enter a trade. Only 5 ways. Right? And you see the arrow is pointing here to market execution. So I don't know if everyone has already downloaded the MT4 app, but if you have and you go to the app, when you hit the trade button in the middle, and you see this screen will pop up if you go to trade, right? This screen will pop up. The GBP JPY, that's the current pair that they're looking to trade right here. Right under it, it says market execution. If you were to tap market execution, you'll see these options pop up. You'll see a buy limit, a sell limit, a buy stop, and a sell stop. The educators that put out the trade in the RTP trade group will always indicate whether it's a market execution, a buy limit, a sell limit, a buy stop, or a sell stop. So you got to look at when the trade comes out and say, okay, they're saying to do a buy limit. Let me go ahead and hit buy limit. Do not hit the market execution. They didn't say market execution, right? If they say they want a sell stop, do not make the mistake and put in a buy stop. So you got to pay attention to little stuff like that. That's why you got to always make sure you're plugged in and you're paying attention. 5 ways that you can execute a trade: market execution, buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop. And like I said, we'll do another training with what these limits mean and what these stops means, right? We'll go over all of that. Market execution typically means you're executing the trade right now, here and now. These other options are usually pending orders. But again, we'll do another training where I can show you on the charts why they're called a buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, or sell stop. But I just want you to keep in mind there's only 5 ways you can execute a trade, right? So the trade idea will always come out looking something like this, right? Even now, if you go to the RTP group, you see the last trade they sent out, very, very similar to this. They'll tell you trade idea. They'll tell you the pair, what pair it is, GBP, JPY. And it'll always say 1 hour or 4 hour. There's nowhere on here where you have to put in a time. This is just, as you become a more proficient trader, you're gonna always, it's just a mental thing for you to put what time frame you marked up your chart on. So you'll always see like a 1 hour or 4 hour. They're not gonna send out like daily or monthly or anything like that. It'll always be a 1 hour or 4 hour. 1 or 2 times you might see the 15-minute, but you can pretty much disregard the time frame because there's nowhere here to put it on the app, right? That's just for their knowledge to know, okay, I marked this chart up on the 1 hour to 4 hour. So you go ahead, you put in your pair, right? Then they'll tell you, okay, this is a buy stop. So again, you tap on market execution and the other options will come up. And that's where you would select buy stop. Here, EP means entry price. So you put your entry price in, you type these numbers in. Stop loss, you go ahead and put your stop loss numbers in. And then you put your take profit numbers in. It's all right here. I know the Android is a little bit different where they don't have these words per se, like stop loss, take profit, but you do have a little red button, which is typically represents your stop loss. And you do have a little green button, which typically represents your take profit. So I know the Android is set up a little bit different. And again, you, based on how much is in your account, you got to identify what you want your lot size to be based on what's in your account and based on what I show you in the previous slide of what it should be, depending on what your account size is. Is everybody with me so far?
Yeah.
Make it sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So as I was talking, let me just go back through these slides. So here says it is market execution, right? It does not say the following, market execution. So if the trade idea comes out, GBP JPY, it's going to show you this is where you go and you select the pair that the trade idea come out for. It might be Euro USD, NZD JPY, whatever it is, this is where you go and you're going to select it. I'm thirsty. See, they show you when you hit market execution, you have these options, you select your buy stop. The next slide shows you the price. It'll always say EP, it just means entry price. I think on the phone, it just says price, but that's pretty much the entry price. You put your stop loss in, you put your take profit, then you just hit place, and that's it. You just place the trade. And again, remember, if it doesn't say market execution, the trade is not going to activate right away. So all you got to do is wait for it to activate. You can go about your day, which is why I love trading, because it does offer you time freedom. Just put your trade in, you go about your day. You don't have to sit and watch it. You don't got to stay up all night. You know, you don't got to hold your phone and look at it all day, every day, just to see if the trade is going to move. It will activate when price reaches your entry price. That's when it will activate. And after that, there's nothing else you could do. You just wait, which is why trading is literally, like they say, 90% just waiting, right? It's a waiting game. Or if you want to say 80% waiting, 10% buy, 10% sell. That's it. It's really just waiting for the trade to activate to see if it's going to hit your take profit. Hopefully more times than it does hit your stop loss. But that's it. I don't want to get too deep into the different sessions and the different pairs. Like I said, right now you guys are brand new. What I really just wanted to focus on was when the trades come out in the group, everyone here knows how to enter the trade in their demo, because this is practice time, right? We want you to be able to put these trades in your demo so you can actually see how it works, how easy it is to make money. So that 2 weeks from now, a month from now, whatever it is, when you say, you know what, I feel pretty comfortable, I've gone through the academy, I've watched go live, I can actually identify an educator that I really like. I don't care who that is. It could be Manny Q, Abel Melendez, you know, it could be Orrin Wright, you know, it could be Dr. Kathy, it could be Anastasia. It doesn't matter who it is. If you said, you know what, I've identified an educator, I like how they teach, I know how to put in a trade, I've been looking at my charts a little bit, I've been practicing and so forth and so on. Now you're ready to go live, you know how to enter a trade, right? So tonight's session was really, really just to simplify, you know, what is a lot size? What is a pit? I know the majority of people here are brand new, so we're gonna have to do another session at a later time to go over like market structure and again, the buy stop, sell stop, sell limit, and that type of stuff, because I don't want to overwhelm you. Right now, it's really just to understand the main key factors of how to enter a trade, which is understanding what the lot size means, right? That correlates to how much you're either going to make in the market or how much you're willing to risk, depending on your account size. The other thing is understanding the pip. What exactly is a pip, right? Just a change in price between the currency pairs. And then really, when you see these trade ideas come out, to go ahead and enter the trade so you know exactly what to do. Now, earlier, I know a trade was sent out, and I think it says, let me just go back to what it said. He didn't type,
Hey D, if you don't mind us yourself, guys, what I'm going to do in the chat now is I'm going to drop the link for the Run the Play Signals group in this chat. So if you're not in that Telegram group, click the link to add yourself. This is where, you know, we send out the our chairman leader and our, you know, great traders on our team send out the trade signals. So I'm going to drop that in the chat now for everyone to join that group. Okay.
perfect. Thank you, Soph. I can't find a trade, but basically, it didn't say, if it says anything like market X, it means market execution. Like pretty much if it doesn't say sell stop, sell limit, buy stop, buy limit, it's a market execution. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, because they'll always differentiate. So I want that to be clear. Sophia's gonna drop the link. Everybody should be in that group. Like I said, I want you guys to practice on how to put in a trade, right?
Hey,
As you
D,
get more.
I'm sorry, let me bother you. Just for some, they don't have it where we can drop the link. So, so guys, hit your sponsor or your platinum 1,000 leader in your organization, and they will be able to add you to that group. Okay, so everyone's going to get bombarded, but we want to make sure that everyone is in that group because that's where you get the actual trade signals. Okay.
Wait, so you couldn't drop the link in the group?
Yeah, in the group, they only have it where we can actually manually add them. They don't have the invite link feature for the Telegram for this particular group.
I think I had it.
Oh, if you got it, then dope. That'll be perfect if you
I
have it.
know, because I'm looking at like 92 people.
Yeah, I know.
Let me see real quick. I hope I didn't. I think I have it though. Just gotta go back a little bit. All right.
What we will do though, guys, is I'll try to find it or ask one of the other leaders for it, and I'll drop it in the Telegram group, like our Telegram. And then once I drop it, just click it, and it'll put you in the group.
Yeah, I know I have it in a text somewhere here, but I'll find it in a second. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works.
I found it too, D.
You found it too? Yeah. All right, cool. Yep, there you go. All right, cool. So, with that being said, I'm open to take any questions that anyone might have, that anything I went over that wasn't super clear. Let's just go ahead and talk about it real quick.
I just wanted to know, so the signals that you guys are gonna be sending, like, can we place them in our demo and like see if it'll be, I mean, once you send the signals, can we like practice it in our demo with it, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's for. So just for clarification, I'm sorry, I don't know who I'm talking to. Who's that?
Zeffy.
I'm sorry, who?
Zeffy.
I still missed it.
Zeffy.
Effie.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. I like to try to familiarize myself with the new people. Well, welcome to IM Mastery. Yes, I'm not the one sending the trade signals. It's typically Gilberto. or Kevin Howell, or who else be sending? Those will be the main two people really sending out trade signals. Those guys are beasts on the charts. I learned a lot of stuff. I learned from Kev, to be quite honest. You know, he's been a student of the game and just told me to stay plugged in and become a student as well. So yes, they will be sending trade ideas in the group. And the same way that we just went over and how to enter the trade, that's exactly how you're going to go ahead and enter it on your phone, on your MT4. And this is in your demo account because you're all new right now. No one should really have a live account, right? Because you're going to be practicing, so that as you're practicing, you become more comfortable. While you're doing this, you're also in the academy. You're watching the videos. You're becoming familiar with the terminology. You're watching Go Live sessions. So that's going to really enhance your learning curve, because why did we come here? We all have our personal whys, but we came here to make money, right? So you want to stay plugged in and make sure you're doing all those little things so you're consistently making money. Depending on what your, you know, what your account size is, if you make $25 a day, celebrate yourself. If you make $50 a day, celebrate yourself. If you make $200 a day, celebrate yourself, right? Profit is profit. Okay, so just make sure you are plugged into the RTP group, so when a trade signal comes out, you could go ahead and plug that in your MT4. Any other questions?
Hi,
Hey.
Debra.
Yeah.
Good. Hello.
Hi, you could go. You could. All right, do me a favor, guys. When you just introduce yourself, so we could all get familiar with each other. We're gonna be spending a lot of time together.
Okay. Hi. Good night, everyone. Debra. My name is Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi. And my question is, since I've been practicing with trading, I have seen where I can practice with the charts on FX Choice, Trading View, and I think there's one other platform that you could look at charts or what have you. But which one would you suggest starting off that you work with the charts with, from Trading View or FX Choice?
Definitely Trading View.
Okay.
And let me just show you guys what Trading View looks like for anyone that doesn't know. It's a free platform. They do have a paid version, but at this point, you know, I haven't even paid for the paid version, but I also use levels. But you can create an account on Trading View. It's very, very simple. And when you log into your account, you just come to charts.
Okay.
And this is the trade I was actually in. This is going to continue to sell. And you could come to Trading View and just practice. When I started, I honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to draw a trend line. I didn't know how to draw a horizontal line. I didn't know how to draw the head and shoulders. I didn't know anything. But if you stay plugged in and you continue to practice, eventually, I kid you not, you will get it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Debra.
No problem. Any other questions?
Hey, D, I see. I think someone, Maxine, has her hand raised. So, Maxine, unmute yourself and feel free to ask your question.
Good night, everyone. My name is Maxine.
Hi, Maxine.
And hi. Can you go back to the slide with the 20 pips answer key for me, please?
Sure. This one?
Yes, this one right here.
Okay.
The answer key for it.
I'm sorry.
The answer key.
Oh, the answer key. Okay. There you go.
Yes. I wanted to know what were the two numbers that you subtracted to get the 1.1586.
1.15. 1.1586. Where do you see?
That's
Number one.
Yeah, number one cell.
Oh, and the
Cell.
cell, the one. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay, got you. So if you're going for, we're talking about 20 pips, right? For profit, right?
Right.
So if you're going for a buy, you always want to add the in this case 20, right? Because we're going for 20 pips. You always
Right.
add 20 to these
To
last
the
numbers. This was our entry right here, right?
Right.
So we're gonna add, if we're going for a buy, we're gonna add 20. So this will take it to 26.
Right.
If we're going for a sell, we're gonna subtract.
So you subtracted the 20s. What did you subtract from the 20 to get the 86?
The 1 point, we subtract 20 from this, the entry price.
Okay. That's the 1.1606.
Correct.
You subtracted 20 from that whole number.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Make sense?
I'm gonna try it out right now.
Go ahead. And I'm actually glad we came back to this. Make a note that any pair that ends with JPY, this is the Japanese yen, right? You see how the other pairs, you have to go to the third and fourth number from the decimal point. For the yen, it's the first two numbers.
Right. Okay, thank you.
All right, everybody follow that?
Yes, thanks.
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
All right, so what I was saying is that every pair, when you're trying to figure out how much pips you want to go for and where your take profit should be, depending if it's a buy or a sell, right? You always look at the third and fourth number from the decimal point, right? But when it comes to the Japanese yen, you only look at the first and second number from the decimal point. Because if you look here, you see this has 4 numbers after the decimal point. But when it's the JPY, which is the Japanese yen, it's always just the 2 numbers after the decimal point that you're going to focus on. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. What other questions, guys? Everybody's good. Let me see something here.
We got one more question. Yellow, you got a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Kino here. Don't mind the name King Yellow. That's just a alias. I'm gonna introduce myself formally. Could you touch on stop loss? I was kind of a little sketchy on the stop loss in terms of how much of your account you'll be risking. How do you calculate stop loss from where you enter into the market?
All right, so for that, I'm actually gonna go to my charts. So I think it'll be a little bit more clear.
Please do not show them US 30.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna go to something else. I'm gonna go to something else. All right, GBP NZD. Okay. We actually, we just crushed this trade for like 1,000 pips. We swing trade this for like a week. Oh, you know, that shit was crazy. All right, so let's say I'm just gonna zoom in. Let's say that you're entering this trade, right? Let's say a trade idea came out for GBP NZD and you're gonna enter this trade. And right now you're looking for, you're gonna look for a sell, right, on this trade. So here we have our entry at right around here. Let's say that's our entry. And again, we're looking for a sell. So that means we're looking for the market to go down, right? We're gonna look for the market to go down. So let's say that's where we want our, excuse me, that's where we want our take profit. This is our stop loss. Now, essentially, just pull this down a little bit. All right, let me just zoom in. So essentially, we enter at, let me just, 2.0017, right? That's where price is at when we enter GBP NZD, and we're looking for a sell. So now, let's say that we're just gonna pretend for a little bit that everything that I just scrolled over here didn't happen yet, right? Let's say that didn't happen yet. So we enter right here. This was, let's just call this a market execution trade. We enter right here. This is our entry. And we're looking for a sell. That means we're looking for the market to go down. So this market actually dropped let's say we were looking for 60 pips. Just gonna do this as an example. So let's say about right there. We were just looking to get this much. Yeah, it's right around 60. Right? Now, for me, depending on, again, all depends on what's in your account, but as a new trader, when these trade ideas come out, Kev, for sure, I know, always go for 25 to 30 pips, take profit, right? You always go for 25 to 36, take profit. That's just his thing. 30 pips, take profit. That's Kev's thing. That's what he's looking for. The stop loss, he always makes it about 50 pip stop loss. Because now the reason I don't go into like the 3% risk 3% of your account, that type of thing, because the market sometimes will fake you out. What do I mean by that? Like, let's say your stop loss is here, right? Obviously you enter here, the market went straight for, it went straight and hit your take profit. Perfect, that was a perfect trade. Sometimes the market price will do this, and I'm just gonna drag my blue horizontal line to just kind of show you. Like, let's say you enter here, right? Sometimes price will go against you. And you're like, oh man, it's really gonna hit my stop loss. And sometimes price would come all the way up here, very close to your stop loss, and then turn around and come back down and hit your take profit. So for me, depending on what I'm trading, I always want to make sure I give myself enough room for the market to breathe, because sometimes you put your stop loss too close. And I remember I was teaching this to someone about maybe about 2.5, 3 months ago. And she didn't want to risk too much of her account. So her stop loss was really, really tight. And every time what was happening, she kept saying she's not winning any trades. I said, how is that possible? So we did a call, and I saw what she was doing. She was making her stop loss so tight that when the market begins to move and it just starts off, it might come down, might go up, might fluctuate for a little bit, up and down, then it'll do this and it'll take her out the trade. And I had to explain to her that her stop loss was too tight. I mean, you don't want to risk too much of your account. You don't want to be, something crazy like a 100 pip stop loss. No, but as you learn more about stop losses and take profit and risk management, you'll, based on your account, you'll know the right place on where to place your stop loss. But every trade that comes out right now, if it comes from Kev, he's gonna have a 50 pip stop loss. Gilberto might have a smaller amount, maybe like 30. So it just really depends on the currency pair and what the setup looks like. And that's something you learn too. When you focus on a pair or two or whatever, you kind of know how they move. They move a little finicky. For instance, like gold, gold always has these long wicks. So you kind of want to make sure you allow enough room for the market to breathe, to come back in your favor. But you don't want to set a stop loss that's so tight, because you're like, okay, I'm only willing to risk $10 to make 20. If you understand, as you learn more and you understand how a pair move, you might have to risk, $25 to make the 30 or 35. It just all depends. But you don't want to make your stop loss so tight that as soon as the trade activates, it'll take you out the trade and you haven't given it enough room to breathe so it can maneuver and come back in your favor. Because one thing with these trades, you'll see when a trade gets activated, you see the price go up and down. You literally see on your MT4, you might be up $10. Then you look again, you're down negative 13. Then it comes back and give you $25. Then you look again, you're down, you're up $15. Then it might shoot up and give you a $30 profit. So the market will always fluctuate. So you want to make sure you allot enough space for, just to give it some room to breathe. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it does. I asked because I saw he the same guy you're talking about, he sent out a trade earlier, and right. I did the calculations, and it was exactly 50 pips for the stop loss. So yeah.
Kev will always give you 50. Kev will always give you 50. And my advice to you is, as a new trader, when those trades come out, just put them in as is. If you're in your demo, because this is fake money, but on the real market. But if you're on your live account and you say, you know what, this is my real money, I don't want to do 50 pips stop loss. I mean, you're more than welcome to adjust that to 30. But understand, if it hits, it might hit 30 and take you out the game and come back and reverse and take profit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I follow you. I follow you 100. I was wondering about that. And I saw someone else saying the market, kicking them out. So I fully understand now. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah. So when someone is saying the market's always hit it's probably because their stop loss is just a little bit too tight, right? That's all it is. But good question though. I see I hope I say your name right, Jerice. You can unmute yourself, Jerice. I see you. I don't know.
Kudos to you, Debra. You said it correct. Nobody ever gets that the first shot. A question. I was trying to figure out, I was on a previous training, and he was showing where you were able to go and see what the pair actually pays. But I didn't get to catch, how do you do that? Like each currency pair. I hope my question is kind of clear.
Yeah, you actually can. You actually can go and see. I think there's actually a link. I personally don't have it. You can actually go and see how much a pair pays out. I know one of the pairs is just the payout is so horrible. Like I would just never trade it. It just doesn't make, I would just never, but that's a very, very good question. I'm gonna look that up and try to get that information to you. I personally don't have it just because at this point, I only trade indices pretty much. But that's a good question to know what the pair pays out, so you know what you're focused on. And again, depending on, you know, everybody's is different. Like if you wanted to, there are, you know, there are 4 sessions. You got the Asian, Sydney, New York, and London session. That, guys, that doesn't mean you have to be up at London hours. You know, that doesn't mean that you have to be up at the Asian session. It just means, okay, which pairs do you want to trade? Depending on the session. Is it the JPYs, you know, the Asian session? For me personally, when I was like trying to focus on a few pairs, I personally love the GBP USD, GBP JPY, Euro USD. I know, no, Euro GBP pays really well. That I do know. So I like to stay in the London session because I just feel like the pairs pay really well. Not saying that the Asian and the Sydney sessions pair doesn't pay as well, but I'm not a big fan of the, I think it could be the CAD chefs or either the Aussies or the NZD. But like I said, it's been a while since I trade pairs, but even as you take trades, you kind of see like, oh wait, this one pays out a little bit more than the other one. This one pays a little bit better. But there's one of them, when it comes to my mind, I'll let you guys know, just don't trade it. It's not worth it. It just moves way too slow and the payout is just horrible. I think I saw Nicole, wait, did I answer your question?
I raised my hand. Oh.
Who was that? I'm sorry.
Sorry, that was me. I didn't realize you weren't finished yet.
Oh, no, that's fine. I just want to make sure I got your question, and I'm just taking notes so I can see if I can locate that. It should be, I should have a document with the payout for you, but yeah, I'll go ahead and take the other question.
Okay, this is Nicole, Debra.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi. Okay, my question is, a lot of times when I would get or by the time I would see a trade idea or signal, it may be like half an hour or so later.
Yeah.
And I wanted more clarity on how to know, or how I would be able to tell if it's a trade that I could still jump in on, you know, or if it's too late. Like what are some things that you would look at to determine if it's a trade that you could still get in on or it's too late?
Okay, great question. So there's only really one thing to do. When you set up an account with TradingView, if you see a trade 30 minutes late, or hour late, whatever it might be, all you have to do is go to your TradingView and I'm literally just gonna walk you through the steps. You open up your TradingView, right?
Okay.
And you go up here and you grab a horizontal line.
Okay.
You just drop that wherever the entry price is.
Okay.
Then you go up here and you get another horizontal line and you drop that wherever the stop loss is. Then you go up here again, grab another horizontal line and you drop it wherever the take profit is.
Okay.
So let's say this is your take profit. And we're just gonna pretend this is a sell, okay?
Okay.
This is your entry.
Mhm.
This is your stop loss, right?
Right.
Now let's say it's an hour later, and when the trade was called, this is what the setup looked like, right?
Right.
Now it's an hour later, and you realize price is okay. So, excuse me. See where this red dotted line is? This is telling me this is where price is right now. See the market is right here?
Yes.
So if you drop your horizontal line here where the original entry was, and you see prices right here, you could say, you know what? Okay, it's about, I'm gonna just measure this. It's about 41 pips away from take profit. I can still get in this trade.
Right. And Deborah, I've seen people do the pips calculator, but I still can't catch where do you go to, or what do you press for it to automatically calculate the pips to show that red box?
Oh, no, so you grab the ruler right here.
Oh, the ruler. Okay.
Yeah, it's the ruler, and then you just grab it and you put it where the price is. You just drag it down to where the take profit is, and you'll see the number.
Okay, got it. The ruler. Okay.
But let's say it was an hour later, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can whoever that is just mute out, please. Let's say it was the hour later and price is right here and your take profit is here. You might not want to enter this trade because it's almost at the take profit.
Right. Okay.
And if price was up here, you definitely don't want to enter the trade because it's about to hit your stop.
It's about to hit stop loss. Yeah. Okay.
So that's why you just want to open up your trading view and just drop 3 horizontal lines, entry, take profit, and stop loss. And then you can see where price is and be like, okay, it's about to hit take P. I'll just wait for the other one. Or if it, you know, 20, 25 pips away, you could say, you know what, I could still get into this. And then if the trade was a sell stop or sell limit, but because the trade is already activated, now you would have to do a market execution.
Alrighty, got it.
Make sense?
Oh yeah, awesome. All right. All right. Thanks, Deborah. That helped a whole lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I think we got one more from Zephy.
Yes, I just wanted to know about some structure. Can you teach us a little bit about that?
Structure. Okay. Structure. I'm looking for. Let's see.
Like, because I just would like to know like how I could read it a little bit better.
Well, to be fair, there's about, okay, GBP USD. There's about, there are so many different strategies that you could use. And helping you execute a strategy, you're gonna have to understand like market structure. And market structure just kind of means what the market has done previously, prior to. But when you understand a strategy, so, excuse me, one of my favorite strategy actually switched from the 25 to life to the head and shoulders because it's just unbelievable accurate. It's the one strategy from what I know that the banks really can't manipulate. So here's what I mean by that. So, and this might be a little bit too much, but I'm gonna dive into it anyways, right?
Right.
So the head and shoulder pattern looks like this. Looking for this. Market comes up. Market comes down. Market comes up, market comes down, market goes higher than this left shoulder. It has to go higher. Market's gonna come back all the way down to the neckline. Now you're waiting for the market to come back up, equal distance to this left shoulder. Once it gets to that point, all you're looking for is to sell. The inverted is the opposite. This is what I mean. Market goes down, market comes up, market goes lower than the left shoulder.
Right.
Market comes back up to the neckline. Market comes back to equal distance to this left shoulder. That's what you're looking for to indicate when you should buy. If you practice this pattern, just drawing it out, drawing it out, drawing it out, eventually your eyes will see it. So here's a head and shoulder right here. The market comes up, the market comes down. The market comes back higher. This is a big head.
Yeah.
Comes back all the way down to the neckline, right? Now I'm waiting for the market to come back to equal distance to over here to indicate for me for a sell.
Yeah, but it never went back up, so that's a sell. What's about to happen?
The sell did happen. Did you see
And
that?
then, yeah, it did happen, right?
So all you're waiting for, this when your head is complete, all you are waiting for is you just get a horizontal line. And this is going to take some practice, and I probably have to schedule another class for this, but
No problem.
again, the left shoulder forms. The market has to go higher than the left shoulder, and it went very, very high. So this is a very big head. Then you have to wait for it to come back all the way down. Once it goes back up to equal distance to here, which is why you drop a horizontal line, that's your indication to sell. And this would have been, what is this, GBP USD? This is a really nice profit right here. It's 22 pips. This might drop for a 30, for a solid 30. This candle ain't even finished yet, but that's what I mean. That's one way to look at market structure. There are other ways that you can look at market structure, but that'll be a whole different class for sure.
Okay.
But if you want to go ahead, don't be shy. Don't be shy to open up your chart and draw some stuff.
Right. Okay.
And when I started, I just drew. I didn't even know what I was drawing. I just drew some stuff. I drew a kite. I drew an apple. I didn't even know what was going on. It just looked crazy, but I was just playing around trying to figure out what these tools did and how to use them until eventually it like I said, it all starts to make a whole lot of sense.
It's making sense.
All right, there you go.
Hey D, if you don't mind, before we wrap it up, just kind of share with everyone, how you follow Oren, and let them know he's an educator, that they can start to dive into too, and because everyone out here is new, so no one has an educator of choice yet. So I know, I usually recommend for the very basics able, but then I want you've been able to do incredible with Oren, right? So you could go ahead and give Coach Oren a little plug with levels,
Oh yeah, man, Coach he's the GOAT. He, in my opinion, I know there's a lot of educators out there, but he's the GOAT. Just coming into the academy and not knowing anything to now, I think about 12 different strategies that I could throw on here and make money is amazing. And I owe that all to him. And when I started, just like you guys, I was telling Kev, like, what do you mean, like, go watch Oren? He's a master educator. He's advanced. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I just kept watching him and everything started to plug in. And everybody on my personal team, really, that's kind of who they follow. Just because, like, that's just who I plug into. But I don't know. He inspires me because I don't even know if a lot of people know this, but like he was a janitor at one point. You know, this man was a janitor. And so now to be a 7-figure trader, where he created his own system, this is his system right here, levels, blows my mind every single time, blows my mind completely what he's been able to do and how he's helped so many people make money. And he literally be having like 10-year-olds on his sessions, like charting it up. So coach is the GOAT. If you want to follow someone, I definitely would recommend him, but I know everybody has to find their own educator, their own style. What I love about him too is, you know, he's a teacher. So like I said, like you can't just ask any old questions and coach said, all right, let me see your notes. If you don't have any notes, he gonna tell you, he not gonna answer you, because that means you wasn't prepared. You didn't come ready to learn if you don't have no notes. So he's really, like I said, just, and he knows, I don't even know how his mind works, because, you know, I've seen him teach so many different strategies that other educators are like the master in, and I'm just like, I don't know how his mindset could retain all this stuff. But if you sign into your back office and you if you sign into the academy, you go to Go Live. Go to Go Live. Now he switched it up a little bit. Like I said, he is the creator of levels. He teaches, you'll see right here, it says Monday, Tuesday. That's because this is for people that have levels. So he teaches Monday, Tuesday at 3 p.m. and at 9 p.m. For people that have levels. He does a session for the people in London, because they were complaining they need their own time. So he went ahead and did that. But for the people that don't have levels, like you new people coming in, if I wasn't doing this tonight, that's where I would be at 9 o'clock. He teaches on Wednesdays for the people that don't have levels, 3 p.m. and 9 p.m., 2 sessions. You're able to catch him and watch him teach live. And like I said, I just think he's the GOAT. Some stuff he comes up with, his own strategies, and I don't even know how his mind works like that to know this is what the market does. I think he's the master at teaching market structure. This is just a little preview of levels. And if you can see, if you go to master trades, these are trades that he and his right hand will send out. And I mean, if you'll see target smashed. Target was smashed on this. This was the swing trade for 1,000 pips, US 30, US oil. So he put some trades out there, but again, he's a teacher. So a lot of times when he puts stuff out, sometimes you just see 2 lines going crazy because he's trying to see, were you paying attention? Do you understand what's going on? He's not one to just sort of gives you a trade. Like he's really about you learning how to trade and be profitable. So, you know, again, that's what you paid for. You didn't just pay for someone just to give you signals, but you paid to actually educate yourself and learn too. So always, always, always grateful for Coach Wright. Shout out to him. Just a great educator, a great mentor. And man, I don't know what it's going to take for me to get to his level as far as trading is concerned, but it's definitely on one of my goals list for sure. Just to get to that place where, you know, I could see the market like just an engineer. I could just see it with my eyes closed. So if you're looking for somebody to plug into Oren. I promise you, you're going to learn something. It either going to be 25 to life, it's going to be head and shoulders, it's going to be the trap candle, it's going to be the kangaroo. Man, the ABC, it's so many different things that you can learn. And what I always tell people is that you have a whole arsenal in your bag, but just focus on 1 or 2. You don't got to use every single strategy. Just focus on 1 or 2 and master those, and then just run with it. But if you're looking for an educator, I definitely would recommend him. That doesn't take away from anybody else. They're all amazing. They're all great, which is why they are master educators. But if you want to just start getting some knowledge and get your feet wet, you know, like I said, that's my guy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm on his sessions all day, all night. That's just what I do. So without further ado, I don't know if anyone else has any other questions before we wrap this up real quick. Any other questions, guys?
Nah, but this was amazing, Deborah. You did a phenomenal job. I've been getting text messages for the last 15 minutes just saying how, you're super patient, you're thorough, everyone's getting mad value from this call. So do appreciate you, because I know you don't miss Oren's call tonight for the squad. So definitely appreciate your service, your leadership. And, we're definitely going to be able to drop this recording in the group for everyone. Because sometimes you got to watch these sessions a few times for the concepts to really sink in. So just appreciate you, man.
All right, cool. Appreciate you, Soph. And yeah, just everyone just know that we'll do another session. There's, we're not all gonna get it in one session, but it'll all come together slowly but surely. I saw someone were asking, yeah, that spelling is right. That's Oren right. ORANWRIGHT. But I appreciate you guys for hopping on, spending time, showing up. That's what's really important. You want to keep showing up. If you keep showing up, your bank account is going to explode. If you keep showing up, your bank account is going to explode. Not just from trading, not just from the business, but from both ends of it. So just keep showing up, keep plugging in, and come and get what you came for. That's all it is. Don't leave till you get what you came for. All right, so I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you for having me, Soph. As always, I'm grateful. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Y'all have a good night, man. Way to show out and rock out, guys. Have a good one.
All right, peace out.